if you think that you are expert, you are dead, man.
Welcome to Mobile Growth and Pancakes, a podcast by Store Maven. We break down how and why mobile apps grow. In each episode, we invite a mobile growth expert onto the show to break down a specific mobile growth strategy, how it worked, why it worked, and what they would do differently. I'm your host, Esther Shatz. All right, so I'm joined here by George, whose last name I don't say well, so I'm not going to try to say it. I'll let him say it. George runs organic growth at Glovo. And George, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi guys, thank you for inviting me. I'm George from Georgia, actually. More than 14 years of experience, among them more than 8 years in mobile industry with different multinational companies such as the Coca-Cola Company, Microsoft, Zalando, Shipstead, and now I'm at Glovo as a head of organic growth, and I enjoy my time in Barcelona.
Okay, amazing. So just to kick us up, Georgie, if you could tell us a bit about, we're going to talk about a couple topics here, but in general, just share the KPIs that you most hope to impact when you go through these efforts. What are the bottom line KPIs that we're looking for?
Yeah, so there are like a different direction that my team is working. It's like a two main direction right now. In past was even more. So one is app and one is web. And of course, the main KPIs for me is driving the organic traffic and increasing the conversion rate. Organic conversion rate. If we talk about organic conversion rate, it's like people who make order versus who visit our web page, or for apps, people who visit our app page, to who downloaded it and who make order.
And can you share, just to give us an idea of the scale that we're looking at, about how many downloads do you guys have for the Glovo app?
Yeah, in terms of I can't share this kind of information with you guys, but I can say that one of our projects, the apps optimization, brought at least 4 million marketing savings for Glovo, and we are super proud of that, and we did our best to make these savings happen. And we are super happy about that.
Amazing. So let's jump right in and talk about the kind of efforts that are able to make such monumental changes. What's an example?
So when I joined the company, it was like approximately 2 years ago. There was no any organic team. There was like a small marketing team, and there was no one who even touched apps optimization, for instance, who even touched organic traffic. There was no any web even. Website was super like generic, like a normal website for ordinary people or whatever. So what from first we start with the project with app optimization. We update the keywords. We update. We made several tests in terms of like visuals. So we add horizontal and vertical video on App Store. We put TV visuals from TV campaigns on Google Play Store. And we updated screenshots based on the most popular product that we had and most popular partners that our users were searching for. We also add some additional features on screenshots, such as that because in past people even most of them even now doesn't know that we are not only like food delivery versus our competitors, but we can deliver everything actually. We can do. We have a courier service. We can do whatever you want. If you, for instance, forgot, if you don't want to go to the shop and you know what kind of product you have to buy, not only grocery. I'm not talking about grocery, but something like, I don't know, shoes or clothes. You can just order through our app, the courier, and he or she gonna bring it to your house or to your work.
I have to complain for a minute that you're not live in Tel Aviv, because I dream about this all the time. So
yeah, actually, it's we're very suspicious why because probably our competitors are super active there in terms of food, and we are not going to the market where it's like like 10 or 15 competitors, because we experience this, that it's better to go to the market where it's like, I don't know, one competitor, one main competitor, or there is no one. There's still in the world there are such kind of markets, and there are a lot of markets, and it's better for us to go to such markets and take a top positions versus to be number 8 or number 10 in Israel, for instance. Unfortunately, because we experience this, and at the end of the day. We experience with different countries. For instance, with Brazil, we enter the high competitive market in Brazil with one of our main competitors, and like we spend a lot of money, and this effort that we make for this country, if we for this effort we could open, I don't know, couple countries,
Yeah.
So we decided after that to not to spend too much time on markets that are already conquered by our competitors, but going to the markets that are not that have only one main competitor, or even doesn't have anyone.
Okay, so you were discussing a lot of ASO activities. You had keywords, you had incorporating different video sizes and orientations and screenshots and TV. How do you structure that effort so that you're able to maybe understand what's causing the impact? Do you throw everything in there at once and hope for the best? Are you going one at a time?
No, like one by one. Imagine when I joined the company, it's still like we had even more countries than right now in past, and now we have like more than 22 countries, and we are presented in App Store and Google Play Store. So imagine one person for 22 countries doing App Store optimization. It's like a miracle, for other companies. For our other companies that have such scale and such big market and several markets, they have at least like 3 or 4 people in App Store optimization as well, But based on I was using my previous experience how we can optimize stuff, and in terms of hiring additional people, we moved to automation of the stuff as well, and it helps us to be much more efficient versus our competitors.
What kind of automation?
So, for instance, automation of dashboards. So our ASO KPI dashboard is fully automated, and we can track. It's in one place. So whenever you open the dashboard, everything is automated, and we can track actually the stuff easier. And for that, we don't need an analyst or whatever. For instance, there are also a couple of tools there.
By the way, once you have that dashboard set up, how are you using that to decide what to do?
Yeah, so we track different stuff. In terms of, for instance, implementing visuals. We track the conversion rate before and after, and also we are testing on Google Play Store as well. That's because you can do a test on Google Play Store. Unfortunately, you can do this proper testing on App Store, on App Store, because you have to use these third-party tools to test it, and sometimes, I don't want to. I don't want to tell anything, but even the Google test on Google Play is not ideal, because confidence rate is super low, 90%. For statistics, it should be 99 minimum, 95, and 90% is very low. So we double check each time the results after and before implementation, what's going on here. And of course, taking into account other activities that are going, for instance, TV campaign, or I don't know, pushing our UA campaigns. So we have to take this into account and see the results, and track the results. In terms of keywords, we are tracking the third-party tool as well, and through API, getting the information in this dashboard from this tool. Approximately per non-branded keywords, how many organic traffic we have per country, and per keyword as well.
One last question on the ASO before we move to the more incrementality side. You mentioned you've got a lot of other events that are going on. So you have TV campaigns that, of course, will shift the way things are performing, and you have UA, I assume, that's going on, which also will dip into the organic side. How do you kind of create that isolation and be able to say, yes, this was our version release, this was our screenshots, or these were the keywords that we released that were causing the difference?
We try to build. It depends on the country, yeah, and it depends on a country, because in some countries share of TV is huge, in some countries not, and in some countries people are interested to watch TV campaign. In some countries they don't care about TVs. So it depends on the country. So we built a couple models. We start with simple regression, linear regression model to see. Correlation between TV campaign and incremental organic traffic, and we get this coefficient, we try to eliminate, remove this TV campaign impact using this coefficient, and that works in most of the countries. Then we move to more sophisticated model, like not linear but multi regression model, and also the in past with another company we also did with agency, because with TV agency, because they also tracked how many organic traffic brings, specifically this TV campaign. We also do a couple of tests for that.
Okay, cool. Are there any metrics that you associate specifically with TV versus, say, a screenshot release, like metrics that you would expect to see a TV campaign impacting that you wouldn't expect to see a screenshot change impacting?
Yeah, in terms of, in general, yeah, TV campaign has a huge impact on organic growth, but also you have to do a very, very good TV campaign, because if you do, for instance, shooting with different channels at the same time, the TV campaign, the impact will be not as good as to shooting in a different time, So you have to take also this into consideration in terms of visuals, of course, not only visuals from TV campaigns, but also ongoing campaigns, something special that you want to offer people. For instance, I don't know, for COVID, when everything was shut down, we moved, we put on screenshots like grocery, and it had a big impact on conversion rate, because people want to order the grocery online. They didn't want to go to offline shop because of scare. Like, they were super scared about everything. So it helps to increase even further our conversion rate during the crisis.
Okay, let's shift a little bit into incrementality. So you touched on it just now. Obviously, it's something that is, I'd say, on a lot of people's mind in the industry. It's also something that is incredibly complex. I don't think anybody has got it 100% mastered. So I'd love to hear from you. Maybe first, what hasn't worked? Have you had any kind of efforts that really failed?
I mean, a lot of stuff didn't work for us. A lot of, I don't know, we spent 1 year to find out the proper approach. So we start with, with correlation model and with regression model as well, per country, to find out per each UA channel, per Facebook, per, I don't know, universal campaign, what kind of what is the correlation between the spending and increasing the spending and traffic, increasing the traffic, paid traffic and organic traffic, and we make conclusions that there is no any model that fits per country, at least in our case. And
so you're trying the same model on every single region, basically.
Like the approach was different. We tried different statistical models, different, like not only linear but also multi models, like, I don't know, time series as well, and whatever exists in almost whatever exists in statistical in data sciences. We try almost everything, and then instead of doing this, we change our approach. We launched an incrementality test per channel, For Facebook and for Google, as you know, like Google is super geo-based, and Facebook is user-based. Yeah, and this is like different tests and different incrementality you can get and different results as well. Yeah. So yeah, whenever we started to launch this incrementality, and we still is ongoing country by country, we found out a very interesting stuff, and some of the stuff was even surprising versus what we expected. I can't unfortunately tell what stuff it
You
was.
read my mind on the next question.
Was super interesting, and actually, like after thinking, it was obvious. It should be, and we didn't think about it, but it was obvious conclusion that we made based on this test. And we're still doing ongoing tests in not even different regions, but different countries, because countries are even behave super different in terms of incrementality within the same channel and within the similar city, actually.
What kind of time frame do you feel like you really need to be able to understand the true impact of incrementality? Meaning, 3 days probably isn't enough.
No. Like actually, like 100%, you can't say. It's just like you can get a like coefficient and key factor, kind of key factor for approximate impact. And the approach is approximately we are doing like 2 months test or at least you have to do 1.5 months or 1 month.
Okay, so I'll try to push my luck again. I know you can't share the greatest strategies, but maybe
No,
I'm
I
sure.
can.
I won't make you, I promise. You get to proofread this before it goes out, so you're 100% safe.
I mean, if I share this, there will not be any unique. I can't sell myself to like. I mean, I can't sell this topic anymore, so
Sure.
That would be not interesting anymore. Yeah.
I guess what I would say is, kind of how do you approach, let's go not necessarily for specific strategies, but how do you approach designing an incrementality test? How do you, what is it that tells you we need to do this now, and how do you set it up?
Okay, I will not tell like exactly what, but I can tell kind of approach. Yeah. So the approach is to take the similar kind of regions and to do a different direction. One is to shut down completely the user acquisition and see the results, and one is to put even more money, like doubled money or tripled money on the user acquisition and to see the results. Yeah? Like the details I can't tell you, but from this you can get a starting point, and then you can get the logic behind, and you will improve in further iteration.
Okay, awesome. That works. I'm happy with that. It's enough information for me. Okay, let's say, let's take you back 2 years in time. You just start at Glovo once again. What would you do differently? What do you feel like if you got to start again that you would have changed?
I don't know, like in terms of what I did so far, everything was successful. So first of all, I did App Store optimization. It was super successful, like more than 4 million marketing savings. Second, we sold the project search engine optimization that no one in the company understood, and there was no any focus on web because it was just app-based and mobile-based company. So people in past didn't take any to close this proposal, but at the end of the day, we manage it, and now is one of the now the strategy is one of our top priorities.
Is web, is it an extension of mobile, or is it its entirely own product? Do you have users who are on web who don't touch the app whatsoever, or is it just kind of different avenue for the same goal?
Actually, we have web, especially the mobile. I'm super surprised because actually from web you can get even more traffic than from mobile, and our competitors actually they are super old fashioned and they are web based first and then they move to app. They still get a lot of traffic from web actually, and the main loyal more loyal users they have from web. And also we see that the web, especially the mobile, is a huge opportunity because even these old-fashioned companies that have web-based, they are like mostly a desktop. They are very good, but in mobile, you can still conquer the world. If you start from the scratch, even if you have a good PM of SEO or web in general and good engineers that are super experienced, that's it. You don't need anything else actually.
So now I have another question, just because you mentioned it. Let's compare SEO to ASO for a second. Similar in theory, definitely. Do you find that you can kind of copy paste strategies from one to the other, or are they completely different animals?
No, not really. You can, because for instance SEO, technical SEO, it's super dependent. You are super dependent on engineers. You can't move whatever without engineers, without tech team, without dedicated persons, and it's kind of block you. Yeah. So you have ideas to implement it, but you have a limitation of resource. Yeah, resource. In ASO is different. Yeah, you are you own on your hand everything, almost everything, not everything, but almost everything, and you can do whatever you want. And all roadmap of implementations that you have, you can implement it by your team and by yourself, and you are more independent from tech team. In couple cases you are, but still you are super independent versus SEO, because SEO is mostly technical SEO, and technical SEO is without engineering there is no possibility to move forward.
Yeah. So if you have that independence, do you find that ASO, are you able to move the needle more in ASO, or is it, even with the dev side, SEO shows more, high level impacts?
You mean which shows the biggest in short terms? Of course, in short terms, and if you want a quick wins, of course you have to put on ASO. SEO is more long term, because you need it's not that you implement the stuff and the next day you get a result. With ASO, in most cases it is, but with SEO you have to wait, I don't know, half a year, 3 months, until Google started to index your site, until you get the popularity, blah blah, whatever technical stuff you implemented, you will see the results minimum in 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's long game.
Starting from it's longer, and it's like a long term bet, and ASO is more short term bet, and it's more quick wins I see in ASO. But in terms of healthy or whatever, so healthy, I don't know, stabilized traffic, of course SEO has a bit more potential, because whenever you fix everything in SEO, that's it. You are just doing nothing and
autopilot. You get to
getting
back.
The traffic.
Yeah.
And with ASO, it's changing every 1 year or half a year. They're changing something. So if you are not tracking on eyes on that's it. You are gone.
Yeah.
Whatever you did in past.
Very true. ASO you never get to let go of, so you have the more immediate, satisfaction that you put the change in place. 2 weeks later, you can already see the benefits, quite clearly. But you never get to get to relax. It's always going. And
that was the main challenge when we start with SEO, because the people management was super used to get a quick wins, and in 1 day and in 1 week, maximum in 1 month. And when, especially with the ASO implementation, there we were super quick. We did everything, and it was super quick win. With SEO was after 1 month we did something. We started they approached, we were George, what's going on?
Where's our numbers?
Hey,
tell us where
is exactly. Where is it? What did you do in SEO? What's going on? I was come on, guys, this is a different world, and you have to understand that this is the web, this is not app, and there are the different rules how to play.
Yeah.
Inside. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, now we're moving on to the quick fire round. So these are questions that everyone gets asked when they join this podcast. Okay, first, if you could give just one tip to an aspiring growth marketer, what would it be?
Don't stop learning this stuff, guys. Don't stop. If you think that you are expert, you are dead man. actually.
It's a good tip. Okay, your favorite mobile growth resource?
In terms of like ASO stuff, there is like a Slack channel with features, or I don't know, like the company.
Yeah, feature. Yeah,
a very good one. Exactly, yeah. Like managing by Moritz and company actually. Not only Moritz, but other guys. They are super good, and hi to them. And my credit to you guys. Once again.
Okay, who is the person in the mobile growth world that you'd most want to take for lunch, assuming it wasn't Corona and you could go somewhere for lunch?
For lunch, of course, my favorite person, Thomas Petit. Thomas Petit actually is my HR. Because of him, I found a job at Glovo actually, and because of him, probably I will find another job.
That's a good answer. So, that's the right person to take for lunch.
Exactly. That's the right, exactly. And this is like, I mean, he's my HR,
Okay, last one. It's the most important question. What is your favorite flavor of pancake?
I don't know, like brown, something like that.
You can pick. You can pick your favorite breakfast food if you're not a pancake guy.
I don't know, like tea. I'm like Eastern European, and or coffee or tea. I prefer tea because coffee is too strong to start the day. Coffee is like should be after lunch or something like that, or before lunch to wake you up.
In Tel Aviv, coffee is for anything. Like there's, Israelis drink coffee to sleep. They drink coffee to wake up. They drink coffee to relax.
Yeah, but coffee before sleeping is not the best idea, because if coffee is super strong, you will not sleep for a couple hours.
If I have coffee ice cream before bed, I'm awake all night. So it's not my move. That's how you know I'm not a native Israeli. I can't tolerate it. Okay, one last one now that's not related to the quick fire round, but if people want to see what you're up to, is there anywhere they can find you online?
Yeah, I mean, actually, usually my ugly face, you can find whatever you want in or most of mobile conferences, but you can approach me in LinkedIn and we can have a conversation.
Okay, amazing, Georgie. Thank you so much.
It was super pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
And that was Mobile Growth and Pancakes. To find out more about StoreMaven and how we can improve App Store performance, visit storemaven.com. And then make sure to search for Mobile Growth and Pancakes in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, or anywhere else podcasts are found, and click subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. On behalf of the team here at StoreMaven, thanks for listening.